Now, Brad, we're tracking showers and storms making their way into our area.
Yeah, and this view from the view cam shows a pretty good downpour moving through South Charlotte right now. You can see what we call the rain shaft here. You can actually see the edge of it. There's no rain here, but then you can see it reaching the ground. Very heavy downpour in South Charlotte, and actually looks like a little bit of a shelf cloud there. I'll show you that batch of rain on radar in a second, but there's heavy rain extending from northern Iredell County through Statesville back towards the lake, towards Sherrills Ford, then back down towards Lincolnton. There's that batch of rain I was showing you on the view cam. We were looking south towards this. This is basically from around Pineville and the Ballantyne area all the way back to TKK there in York County. This is pushing to the east at around 35 to 40 miles an hour. They're moving pretty quickly, so you're going to get a brief heavy downpour. It'll break up, and then the bigger batch of rain back to the west will move through. So far, no cloud to ground lightning strikes. Doesn't mean we won't see some thunder out of this or maybe a gusty wind, but nothing looks to be really popping right now. And now we're getting close to sunset. The chances of seeing anything significant are going to diminish pretty quickly. Futurecast still shows a pretty good band of showers between now and 9 o'clock, but I think that's a little behind because we're already starting to see it move our way. It's probably about an hour too late with the forecast there. You see the clouds and showers sticking around through tomorrow morning as the first front moves through. This doesn't really drop the temperatures. This front does. This is the leading edge of the coldest air of the season so far that moves in for really Thursday morning into Thursday afternoon. High pressure moves in. We're likely going to see our first frost or freeze in the mountains and some of the coolest air we've seen since really springtime here in the Charlotte area. Watch the waves of cooler air. Tomorrow, yeah, cooler than today. We'll be in the 60s and 70s most of the day, but it's tomorrow evening as the cold air settles in. You might want to make sure you shut the windows. 30s in the mountains, 40s across most of the Piedmont, and only recovering maybe into the low 60s for Thursday afternoon. Even colder for Friday morning. Could see some patchy frost even across the Piedmont. Get ready. That would be kind of early for the Piedmont. Now, long range, you can see we've got a Saturday front approaching. This should be heading our way on Saturday morning. So Saturday will wake up the clouds and showers. It's not going to be warm, though. It's going to be in the 50s. So this will be a chilly rain and maybe only 60s for highs. Moves across the area mid-afternoon on Saturday, but is moving pretty quick. So by Saturday evening, we should start to clear out. But watch the cold air behind it. This is rain, but there could be a little bit of snow on the backside of that front in the North Carolina mountains. That northwest flow is possible. And this cold pattern is locked in place. Remember, for most of the autumn and summer, the jet stream has been way up in Canada. Now it's going back and forth and really buckling to the south more than moving to the north. So that has opened up the cold fronts to come in one after another. And the good thing about the cold fronts coming down, I know a lot of folks like warm weather, but this kind of shuts off the tropics. It keeps tropical systems from heading towards the U.S., and it also will start to kill off those mosquitoes if we get a frost or freeze, which we have a couple chances in the next 7 days. 40s and 50s in the mountains, near 60 across the foothills. Here in the Piedmont, still pretty warm overnight. We should be in the 40s for lows. We'll be in the 60s, but these temperatures that we see for lows will likely be our high temperatures as we go through the next 7 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, only 60s. Check out the morning lows, though. A lot of 40s showing up. Friday morning, we could see patchy frost, and again on Monday morning. Some of those high temperatures, though, will be struggling to get into the 60s. Sweater weather is here, Fred.
I love it. Thank you, Brad.